Hey guys, it's Juicy. If you are returning, I'm so excited to tell you about the fact that I have had a nice enlightenment that I'm going to do what's called Sassy Saturdays. We're going to be talking about things, and while we talk, I'm going to be painting or doing whatever I want. I'm going to be eating. So I'm going to be eating chocolate and blueberries and crazy shit. But if you're just finding me, I know this is outrageous, but we're going to be talking about things today. And one of the things that I want to talk about are what are your fears, What's your fears? What are your fears? What is the thing that scares you the most in the world? Like homelessness? Homelessness, but what is homelessness? It's not having a home, obviously, but what's the fear? What's deep? Going to the layers of deepness. So, okay, I'm homeless, so it's a fear of 3D, not knowing, inadequacy, not being able to take care of myself on some level, to be able to. I hope that's okay. Um, if you've just found me, please, I hope that you resonate with this. If you do, then there's a subscribe button in, I believe, the right hand corner of the video. So please subscribe if it resonates and share the love, like build it up. And anyway, what are the fears? Imperfection. What's perfection? Perfection. Is that a thing? Like, what is that? So and then it's like, well, I'm not capable. What's capable? And where does that resonate into your life? And so we need to talk about this. Like, am I capable of change? And what is that fear? Change. What is the fear of change? Change is what? Change is like the tower, like, oh, the tower or whatever. It's change, like letting go of being chained to things. It's scary because somehow the chains make you feel safe, and it's about faith. What is faith? Well, it's really the knowing of the unknown in your own soul, like your higher octave of yourself, So we have to get to a point where that is what we know, more than we know ourselves here. And that's pretty much authenticity of your own soul. So that's what this is about. What is authenticity? What does authentic mean? It means to be the original, which is what you are. Everyone is an original of their own soul. So to try to not accept that or become that or know that's who you already are. And the secondary consciousness is always trying to tell us, oh, but we got to worry about this, that. And I'm not saying that it's not good to be, there with yourself to, I'm going to start working on this painting. My little jungle guy. So I'm not saying that it's not good to be cautious and have your skunk medicine and things, but I'm saying that in the deepest layer of yourself, what is your fear? What is your fear? Is your fear of death? What is death? Death is not even a thing. It's just a passage of one state to another, which is one frequency that doesn't interfere with another, which is why I'm a medium. I can kind of see through those layers. But it doesn't matter. Like, we all have our authenticity. And we will do another one of this because I have a lot of things in storage. But when I get them out, I have a whole thing I channeled, which I don't know. I can tell you because I said, let me see here, you guys. What color? What do I want to do? It's Sassy Day, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. But basically, it's about knowing that whatever I do, it's going to be authentic, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to start with some gold here. Let's do a little gold. Gold dust woman. And then I just heard Kiss come into. You be a hard luck woman, baby, till you find your man. Before you go, let me kiss you and wipe the tears from your eyes. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that, ooh, I like these dots. It's pretty. I'll show you guys in a minute. But, and also this is about inspiration for our creativity. Because I don't know about y'all, but it's like for me, when I paint or when I do music, it's the space between the spaces. Like, it's like there's just something authentic between the spaces. And actually, I was looking up some things about authenticity. And authentic, there was something about the higher octave of music that came into one of them that I really loved. And instead of really going into that too much with the definition, I decided to just wing it with how it comes out. But I also know that we need to realize what is our deepest fears. Death is most people's fears, but that's because they're still, if they're still alive, though, death is probably better for some people than being alive, because people can't afford to be alive anymore. And then we have to realize, well, how do we create our reality? Well, I just, if you guys are on here and you're subscribing, you can probably see that I went ahead and reposted my my prayer salutations. So it's the sun salutations with movement of intention, with prayer of your own, whatever it is. So you should check that out. It's prayer salutations. It's on my channel. With that being said, what is your fear, man? What's going on? What do we do about it? And, get into our higher soul, like I always told you, which is in the brain, via the brain, via the consciousness. The brain is a computer that wires this whole experience that we're having. And the only thing that happens in death, whatever death, is a changing of the body from physical to, well, now we're getting, we're getting etheric now, because we don't have a body anymore in the 3D level in order to function. So we are no longer, the breaking of the silver cord, it's like when we're dreaming, we're still attached to it. We can go very far places, but we also come back. And what is the meaning of what you call death, or what people call death, is the severing of that silver cord, which means your body is now cut from your etheric body is severed. So now you're only in your etheric body. You can't function on the physical plane any longer unless you ascend, like Babaji, some of them, so we see. But I'll tell you, let me tell you something, Linda, is that what a beautiful experience, to be able to fly and be, and I know it doesn't feel that way sometimes. That's where the gratitude comes in, and what authenticity is. So if you are authentic in your soul, what your soul purpose, whether it's outrageous or whether it doesn't fit into the norm, or whatever it is that keeps you from being your authentic self, is what happens when narcissistic people become narcissistic, because they can't be authentic. They feel like they don't, they lose that in a way, and then other things slip in, and they become, a victim of other entities coming in through via their addictions, or just from their whatever it is that they lost their faith. And so there's a big danger of that, and I always want to look at this. Okay, already I'm like doing crazy shit. I'm dotting this shit out. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, It's Sassy Saturday, man. I can do whatever I want. I'm eating chocolate too in a minute. But yeah, so I think it's the best way to say this is to be able to really go in and see what is my fear? What's my deepest fear? If everything was to be fucked up tomorrow and in my life, like I had no money, no medication, is that my deepest fear? How would I survive? Do I have enough friends that would help me? And if I do, then you really get to know who your friends are, because then you have to be at their place or they're in their rules. And myself, I'd almost, rather do anything than have to fucking be anybody else's thing. So that's me, though. Some people are cool. I am not cool with that. I like to have my own space and do my own thing and be my own self and my authenticity. So I think it's good to just really focus in on what is your deepest fear and then go deeper. Okay, so yeah, this is my deepest fear. But what is that fear a little deeper? Go a little deeper into that fear to find out when you get to that place where you figure out what your deepest fear really is, you can find out that it goes deeper. I mean, of course, you can take it back to your parents. Everybody always does. Because that's where we came in to this lifetime, this particular lifetime. But then, some people that are more in touch, you can go back ways, you can see things. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is right now, and how are you handling your own energy with these fears. Let me get this closer. I'm sorry, you guys. I hope that you heard me okay. Because my microphone, I got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at. Okay. I break out into song. It's sassy. I do it every day, but this is Sassy Saturday. Alright, so, and I'm going to get into a little bit more also with the authenticity about the Bible. I'd like to go into the beautiful book, because there's a lot of beauty in it, and there's also a lot of retarded butchering that went on. So if we really look at the Bible, how many people still really think that this is an actual... they don't really see that back in the day of the Bible, they all wrote in parables and metaphors. So, I mean, there's a lot of shit that we could look at in that too, which I will be looking at. Like, for instance, let's just start. Well, I don't know if I want to start today with this because it's a long, but I probably will anyway because I've already brought it up. The very beginning. Let's start at the beginning of the Bible. Adam and Eve. Okay. Let there be light. Well, first of all, the primary consciousness is the consciousness of it's beyond the sona. It's like it's like where you can walk on water, like where all the things happen where people ascend. And that is all here at our fingertips and beyond that. And what's so cool is that we have, all of us, every single living being of us that are here, we all have guides and angels of the light that are around us, a tribe of light that's here, not just on the seen world where we have people coming in. We actually have an unseen tribe of light. And all we have to do, the coolest thing is, all we have to do is say, hey, because you have your free will, if you just say, hey man, I know you're here, I have faith that you're here, and I would like it if you could please come in and help me with this shit show that's happening. I always call on the Akashic Record Keepers, all of them. But, however you relate to your shit, like, that's what's going on, and that's how... I always get so messy when I paint. That's why I wore this shirt, because I'm like, well, if I fuck it up, at least it looks like it'll match. But anyways, let me show you guys as I go along here. This is my little jungle painting, but I've been dotting a little bit. You see the dots that are there. Anyway, so, I know, it's crazy, but I love it. It's so much fun for me because it becomes something. Sometimes I think, oh, this is going to be this, and then it ends up being the green man, or who knows what it is. I have to tell you guys a funny story real quick. You're going to like this. So, I don't know if I've told it before to my listeners that are always here, but my I bought my daughter an easel, and I went over to her place and I was like, oh, I've got this idea for this painting, and I'm gonna do this painting. And I go in, and I'm like, she had a 1 bedroom, so I go into her bedroom because I got her an easel because she likes to draw. So she's got it, but she just has it a different way than I do with the painting, but she's definitely artistic. And so I go in, and I'm like looking for chalk because I want some chalk. Because sometimes I like to do a little bit of chalk. Ooh, that's cool. See, I just found a new color because I got the gold over here. It just kind of came off of my dot and came in. It was so cool. Anyway, sassy, juicy. So basically I go in, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to find some chalk, right? So I'm looking around, and I find this stuff that looks like chalk. It's got like, I think it's like pink, white, and green. So I get it, and I'm trying to paint with it, and it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't doing anything. Anyway, it ends up that her friend had stashed some ecstasy there. Well, when I was young, we didn't do it was a different kind of color. It wasn't colored. I don't know. So anyway, the green man ended up having ecstasy on him. It's funny. But the creativity of it was the major thing about it. And you know, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, you could be cooking, cleaning, however you do your shit, organizing. Some people are great at that organizing thing, right? We all have to be somewhere. But let's go to Adam and Eve real quick. I can't help it. I got to do it. And I'll do another. I just got to do it. Oh, this is so cool. So let's just say this. So Adam and Eve, wow. I mean, what a pair, right? Here they are. And, you know, people want to kind of feel like God just, the great void. God is this great void. The great void, you know, that split into something. We're going to go into all this sassiness. But let's just say that, yeah, for some reason, you know, God really, first of all, that's the wrong concept people have of God in the first place. It's so simple people can't understand it. But point is, you really think that they spit these two fuckers out of their ass and said, hey, here's Adam and Eve, and they are the one peoples that we just made. I mean, it even says in the Bible that they ate of the tree of good and evil. Well, this is clearly a metaphor. It's like, okay, yeah, they were naked and they were happy. They were in their higher consciousness. But once they realized that they ate of the tree of good and evil, which is when they come down to the secondary consciousness, letting that rule them, then they become fear of being naked and being out of Eden. So that's kind of the deal with that. And, you know, we're going to get deeper into it when I'm just kind of rambling, because this is my first Sassy Saturday with y'all. And I'm having so much fun already. But, I mean, what is your fears? That's what I want to keep reiterating. What is the fear? What is our fears? I know that mine was definitely, one thing is about me that I have as my fear is I am not good with change or organization, is what I should say. It's not change. it's about the fact of changing, because I have to. I'm just not. As much as I try, it seems like the harder I try to get organized, the worse I get at it. And the lesson there is that I have to keep doing it, because once you make your step, any of us, in spiritual overstanding, understanding, it's all understanding, understanding, overstanding, then you'll never have to make that step again once you make it in spiritual over, inner, and understanding. Otherwise, you'll just keep repeating it in different ways. And you'll be like, why is this happening? Because you didn't get the lesson yet. And sometimes it's hard to see the lesson. Sometimes I just know now that sometimes it's been so hard for me in the past that I really, I don't even, I know, even if it pisses me off or if I'm having a hard time with the whole deal, I know that somehow there's a lesson there and I'm going to get it, and it's going to be there because I have faith in that. So what is my fear? I guess the 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 trauma of having to be unorganized, and maybe I have too much shit and I need to zen out, But that seems to come up for me over and over, so I know there's a big lesson there to go. Okay, let's just get this guy to dry a little bit and open up the chocolate. I chose some toffee and almonds. I'm excited. So I suggest y'all get some chocolate too on Sassy Saturdays. You can get whatever you want. You can get a martini, get a margarita, get a wine, whatever. So, look at this guy. I don't know what he's doing. Got a pyramid there. Dragonfly was originally what it was, but so much has happened. We're going to go deeper with it too. I like it. It's got something going on here. Fears. Like Rumi. Rumi's got a poem I love. He's like, when pain knocks at my door, I open up the door and I invite it in for a beer, for a drink. Hey, sit down. Let's have a drink. Let's talk about fear, baby. Let's talk about you and me, because really it is about you always. I just seen this fucking crazy ass movie with my daughter called Substance, which just came out. I'm sure a lot of you know about it, but if you don't, check it out. I think it's on the HBO one or something, but just check it out. It's got Demi Moore, who's one of my favorite motherfuckers too. I love her forever, since General Hospital, if y'all remember that. Luke and Laura. Anyway, it's already coming a little bit more together. So, the fear, man. Invite it in. Hey, come on in. Come on in for a beer. One time I remember I was channeling something, and I got this visual of Freddy Krueger. How, I don't remember which one it was, but there was one of the Freddy Kruegers where he let, all these souls were inside of him, and they were coming out trying to get out of him. And I just got this insight, it's oh my god, basically there is, I'm always fucking with myself. I don't even wear gloves. I'm crazy. When I garden either, just don't. I just like to get messy, I think. But anyway, this idea that the souls could set themselves free, just like the devil card in the tarot, at any time. They're not really chained. The fear is what's holding them. The fear of not having faith enough to be okay, I can ride this wave in the spiritual knowingness that I have. We don't. A lot of people don't. Oh, look, it's already getting more depth there with the blue. I like it. Um, it's about the faith, man. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith, baby. Yeah, because if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. And that's where the narcissism comes in. That's where the demon possession comes in of people's souls, the red lights, the the people drinking alcohol and changing forms, and just weird shit. And I'm sure, I'm not saying that everybody can't get a little buzzed here and there, but there's people who don't have faith that this shit comes in and really takes them over. I've watched them. I've seen it myself firsthand. And I'm sure a lot of you have too. And feel free to comment too about it if anything. And remember, I'm always available for readings or anything privately. And my email and website will be at the description box below as usual, and always. So, this is going to be so cool. I'm so happy. I love the painting Sassy Saturday. I mean, I paint all the time, but I like to do it with you guys because I want you to see me. What's that song? I just want you to know who I am. And I don't think the world would see me. I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. Yeah. So, bow, 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 bow. Look, there he goes. The dragonfly's getting a little deeper. We're going to keep going. But anyway, I just want you guys to just take a little bit, take whenever, however, and say, what is my deepest fucking fear? What scares the total shit out of me? Like, what in the hell scares me the most? Like, what in the fuck? Like, if everything was going crazy and nobody really had a place to live, so we're all home, what scares you the most? Just go into any dynamic, even write about it if you want. Like, what scares the fuck out of me? What am I really scared of? And then as you go there and you're like, okay, I figured out what I'm scared of, but no, go deeper. After it's homelessness, for instance, I'm just an example, or it is poverty, which kind of, all of it's kind of whatever. So what is the deeper thing than that? Because what's going to happen if you're what is it that you're scared of the most? And just go deeper and deeper. Is it my faith? I'm scared of that I don't have enough faith, that I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm faithless, or I mean, and whatever that is, fix it, man. You are the creator of your own reality. That's why we're painting. You can draw, you can write, you can sing, you can dance. That's red wine. It's really good. My daughter got it for her red meat, which I don't eat, but I am drinking some of the wine with my chocolate tonight. It's fun, and I like it because it's like a Chianti. I hope this is working. I really hope this is working, you guys. Sometimes you get it, and sometimes I've had it not do it. So let's pray. Let's have faith. And so anyways, here he goes. He's getting there. He's gonna get there, man. Look at him. He's crazy in the pyramid. It's just gonna turn into dragonfly on ecstasy, I guess, which is fine with me. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, what's your deepest fear, man? And when's the last time that you really question what it is you believe. Believe. You know? Are you the creator of your, the higher soul? The higher soul is in your brain. It's a program that you created 7 levels down and before. The Great Void. When you split into consciousness. And then we split into consciousness. And then we had baby after baby. And in our souls. Energetically. Before even the 3D world of the human body was created. And in those times, we created color. We created the butterflies, the dinosaurs. Some people created dinosaurs, and there was a war of the gods, whose dinosaur was shittier and bigger, and that's what the politicians still do today. So just looking at your higher soul and remembering that there is one there, that if you do, and that if it was so easy, you think everybody wouldn't be doing it because it was taken from us. And we're going to go into that on another Sassy Saturday. I'm going to tell you the whole story of creation as I was channeled it. And as I can tell you other things that I've probably told on here before on some of my videos that were earlier from when I was in, when I did my yoga videos, the prayer salutations, and those videos earlier might have had some of these stories on there, or even a little after. Point is, if not, you'll hear them again, because I have to tell them, because that's what Spirit and my higher soul and my spirit guides and all the beautiful beings that I commune with have asked me to be able to bring this in like this. So this is what we're doing, and this is how we're doing it. Yeah. And I don't even know where to start. So I think I'm going to start, I guess that's where I started with Adam and Eve. It's when they ate of the thoughts of good and bad. There is no tree of good and evil. It's clearly a metaphor. So, I don't want to shit on anybody's parade, and if you don't believe in this and if you feel this isn't true for you, then just go somewhere else for that answer. But I would suggest that you read at least Emmett Fox. He has a lot of metaphorical teachings of the Bible, which is amazing. He's amazing. So, yeah, I would do that before you throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's my Southern charm. And I feel like it's really about remembering. Like, I just had a conversation, which before this, it's been happening for I don't know, I'd say about around 9 months for me, that I always go in numbers with my sacred, because when I channel, I do it through sacred geometry. I see it. And now, as of probably around 9 months, I've been seeing my whole numbers have shifted. 3s, 6s, and 9s in a pattern. And so then I'm staying with my teacher and my friend, and she had just returned from Peru and was doing the work with one of the people that I will bring up in some of our conversations later, because I don't think I have the time to do this. I don't want to make this too lengthy so that you guys don't get bored. But I've already been doing it for 9 months, and then it's totally verified. None of this shit's a coincidence. None of this shit is a coincidence. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I just want you to keep in your frontal lobe, what is my deepest fear? And I want you to dig deeper into that fear and to write it or paint it or sing it or something. But get it to a place where you don't bury it, that you listen now and bring it out. We're all raising up right now. It's a powerful time. There's a lot of shifts going on. And the best thing we can do is recognize awareness preceding transformation. If I'm not aware of something, I can't change it, right? If I don't know how I'm standing this way, I don't know these shoes are fucking my shit up, I don't know that I can change that. But if I do and I'm aware of it, then I know that I'm fucking up if I don't change it, so at least I'm aware, and eventually I will change it, unless I just don't give a shit, which is not my deal. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely don't want to have my spine to be not straight, not to be aware of being juicy and moving through experiences, and remembering that everything that we are and everything that we are experiencing is not outside of us. It's all inside of us. There is nothing outside of us. And I think I said something about that movie, The Substance, Demi Moore. Yeah, it's kind of that's what the theme is in that. It's pretty gross. It goes that far, and it's a little far-fetched, but it's got a good message to it. I have to say, I really enjoyed the message. It was a little gruesome, but because it was Dimney and some other really cool chick, it was tolerable for that part of it. But it was a little weird. But definitely, it was kind of sci-fi-ish, but definitely had a good message to it. So if anybody's not too grossed out by it is pretty graphic with some gross stuff, but I guess that doesn't really bother me that much. But I don't know what bothers me these days. There's so much weird shit that's really going on. It's like, I don't know. I mean, a lot of things are changing, man. They're speeding shit up. It's on purpose, and there's a lot of reasons why. And I know that we're going to get a little bit more biblical in the sense that we're going to metaphorically go through some things, if you guys are into that. But also just anything, a comment. Let me know what you want to talk about, because I'm talking about your fears right now. Everybody's fear. What is your biggest fear? Maybe it's a spider. Well, go deeper. Why is it a spider? Like, you need to really dig deep into what that fear is. Once you define your fear, I've got a fear of drowning. Why? Just dig deeper into every fear, any fear. I just use homelessness because it's like mine, kind of. It's like, fuck. Because I like to have a foundation, roots, roots and wings. And I realize, that's obviously a deeper subject that I got to go into, that I can go into. Anything you want to talk about. Just right now, the biggest thing I want everybody to realize is, what is your fear? What is your worst fear? And then dig deeper like an onion layer. Just keep going, peeling off a layer and layer. Get to the depth of why it is your fear and what it is. And it usually comes back to this one thing here. Always, authenticity. Being authentic in your own soul, and nobody else can be you. And also, are you being true to your faith of the higher part of you? Like, are you entertaining things that when you come out of the secret place of the Most High and you're being tested, are you really honoring your own faith, whatever that is, and however you perceive it? But just to know what your fears are. That's where we need to go here. What's your fucking fear, man? Let's get it up. Let's raise it on up. And please comment and anything you need about anything. I want to be able to talk about all this stuff on Sassy Saturdays with Juicy Jude. And I'm not scared. So we'll just keep painting or doing anything creative, anything you want to do, man. I mean, as long as I can do it. In the situation I'm in. I can go outside too, I guess. Just kind of a pain in the ass to be able to do that out there, except for I could do my phone, I suppose. So I got to learn about all this shit. But right now, I'm just glad I'm with you guys, and I love you guys, and I love raising it on up. And I know it was helpful for some people. It will be. And I'll be back soon. Love you guys. Stay juicy. Stay juicy and stay authentic. Authentic, baby.